The game opens with whites establishing central control. The evaluation remains balanced. Black responds with the Sicilian defense, leading to a dynamic and complex struggle. White develops the knight to, preparing to control the center and develop further. Black mirrors white's development with, reinforcing central influence. White advances the d-pawn to, opening the center for a tactical engagement. Black captures on, accepting the challenge and opening lines. White recaptures with the knight, maintaining central presence and piece activity. Black develops the knight to, attacking white's central pawn, a solidifying move. White brings the knight to, developing a piece and controlling key squares. Black shores up the center with, creating a stable pawn structure. White develops the bishop to, preparing for kingside castling and piece coordination. Black supports the center with, solidifying the pawn chain. White castles kingside, prioritizing king safety and activating the rook. Black prepares queenside expansion with, limiting white's future bishop advances. White develops the bishop to, aiming to control central diagonals. Black connects the rooks and eyes the queenside with. White pushes the f-pawn to, increasing kingside space and potential attack. Black develops the bishop to, completing minor piece development. White repositions the queen to, a flexible move for future plans. Black castles kingside, securing the king and bringing the rook into play. White maneuvers the queen to, adding pressure to the kingside. Black moves the king to, a defensive maneuver to avoid threats. White brings the rook to, preparing for potential central pawn pushes. Black develops the bishop to, supporting the queenside and preparing to challenge white's bishop. White centralizes the rook on, controlling an open file. Black initiates queenside play with, seeking counterplay. White solidifies the queenside with, preventing black's advance. Black repositions the rook to, increasing pressure on the queenside file. White centralizes the bishop to, improving its scope and attacking potential. Black weakens their kingside pawn structure with, a significant positional concession. White redevelops the knight to, adding pressure to the kingside. Black advances the b-pawn to, creating a passed pawn but weakening the queenside. White captures the pawn on, opening the queenside and gaining space. Black recaptures with the knight, developing and challenging white's position. White maneuvers the knight to, targeting weak squares near the black king. Black misplaces the king to, exposing it to significant threats. White advances the f-pawn to, opening lines and creating attacking chances. Black captures the pawn on, an exchange that opens further lines. White blunders with, missing tactical opportunities and weakening their own structure. Black moves the king to, further exposing it after white's positional error. White recaptures the pawn on, consolidating their advantage and opening lines. Black's is a severe blunder, losing significant material and positional advantage. White captures on, a strong move that exploits black's weak pawn structure. Black exchanges knights, but it leads to a losing endgame scenario. White's g-pawn captures with check, a brilliant attacking move. Black recaptures with the knight, a severe blunder leading to a decisive material loss. White recaptures the knight with check, gaining a decisive material advantage. Black develops the bishop to, an active but ultimately insufficient move. White exchanges the knight for the bishop, simplifying into a winning endgame. Black captures a pawn with the knight, a futile attempt to regain some material. White delivers a decisive check with the knight, forcing mate or significant material loss.